Everybody, what's going on? Welcome to Recruiting 101 with your boy, the Deacon. How's it going today? Today, we are brought to you by Fat Burger and go in the beautiful city of Bakersfield. We brought to you by Fat Burger off Oswell, the only one in town. You need to go get you a burger. That we brought to you by them. That's how we doing it. We brought to you by Fat Burger today. We just gonna give love to my sister and my brother. Go get you a fat burger today. The word today, no floffers, baby. No floffers. We not mess with floffers at all today. No floffers. All right. So
Go get you
I want you guys to
brought to you by them. That's how we
there
do
it
it.
is, man. Let me get that stuff going. So again, man, welcome to Recruiting 101 with your boy the Deacon. We are excited to have you in here with us today. Very exciting show. I think I am, ooh, I am, I guess, inspired to talk a little bit more about what we're going to talk about today. We're going to do a huddle watch on linebackers and some DBs that are with California recruits. Give them some love on Twitter so they can, we get some coaches watching in with them as well. Uh, Come on, man. Oh, they got Fat Burger has that. What's that? That near burger. uh, go get it wrapped in the no carb burger. How about that? Wrap it in the lettuce thing. Come on, man. I miss you guys. How the boys? Hope everybody's doing good. Today we are truly going to be talking about some stuff that is a lot of different things are going on. Uh, Timothy Boykin, I got you. Going over your film, I got you today. And when we get off, I will hit you up right after. Um, we're going to talk about Division Three. We are going to talk about HBCUs. We are going to talk about NAIA. And for the 21 class, for a lot of the kids out there and families out there, I'm going to talk a little bit about this whole reclassifying in prep school. I actually have one of the schools that I've been working with, got some kids down there. Thank God to Pastor Craig, the schools out of Ohio. I was just on the phone with the one of the coaches and one of the guys that help with the student athletes that are down there. And so I want to make sure get these guys on. They're going to kind of walk us through a little bit of what they're doing down there, who they're going to play, and how that's going to go. It's my boy Coach T, man. Want to give love. TMP in the Bay. If you in the Bay, Sacramento area, you over in the Bay, man, go play with TMP, one of the best organizations in the Bay. I know Maury gonna say something about that, but I don't want to hear that. It's my boy T. Always been a great guy. Great, got a lot of great kids. One of his kids plays with my son at University of Nevada. I think he's gonna have two kids there, which is gonna be really exciting. Two brothers playing, one at linebacker, another one at corner. Um, so um, this whole thing about reclassification, man, is amazing. Um, uh, so I want to okay. Let me get this. Let me send these guys a new one so I can make sure that they get on. Okay. Um, and so it's amazing, man, that there's a ton of student athletes. I saw today a number of guys that got got that might have reclassified, and I was talking to one of my buddies. He just sent me one of a quarterback who is doing it because of the pandemic. Man, it was really tough for a lot of kids, and I think if you have an opportunity to do it, it's a good thing. Your clock doesn't start, so you want people to kind of get a better standing of it. I want to talk a little bit about that today. Is that the reason why guys are reclassifying um, is because of the pandemic, and they didn't get that opportunity. They want to be able to they want to be able to be able to get an opportunity to play another year, let some schools see them. But here's the big part of it. Now you got guys diving into the 22 class, and now they're bigger, stronger. Their mentality is a little bit different. They're hungrier. They're more mature. So for the 22 class, this option now for the 21 puts a little bit of strain on the 22, along with the portal. So when you understand this thing now, as parents, this is why I bring up the fact of no floffers, finding out within the service or whoever you're working with, if you're working with somebody, where your kid stands as early as possible, especially if you're looking for a Division I school, is the key, because you have not only high school, you not only have the high school student athlete you're worried about, the other one that you're being recruited against in every other state. You have the bounce back guy from the Division I school. You have the prep school guy, and Lord, you have the JC guy. I mean, so all of these different athletes are going to bring something different to a team. I posted a week ago that Lamar University was looking for a safety, and Coach Vic, DB Lab, called me, said, "Coach, can you put it out on your page? This is what they're looking for." And they said they lost a senior safety, starter, that they were looking for and this is how it came across the wire to us, they were looking for a senior or a transfer, not a high school guy that they can plug right in that's going to be ready to play. So we have to now start conditioning our minds as parents on how to really get these guys ready. And so here go my man, my nephew, he getting in the building right now. Old Trillion, he's all the way in Ohio. We're going to start talking about this reclassification, and he going to take us around a little bit here at Sycamore Prep. Is it Sycamore Prep?
Bishop Sycamore.
Bishop Sycamore, right?
Yes, sir.
What's going on, nephew? I'm watching your videos. Look like you done got a little more girth on you. Got a little more,
Yes, sir. I'm just, getting used to this Midwest weather. So they say in the Midwest, when it get cold and steamy, your body get cut. You get a little, you feel good. So
Man, you better go with that. Hey, all right. So how many? Let's start off with this, man. How many of you guys are out there right now?
Right now, we just it's about I want to say about cool 12, 15. It's just about the core guys right now, just because one of our coaches is trying to do it different this year, especially with the big season we got coming up and all the players we got. So he brought in just the main guys, all the leaders, all the seniors, all the core people that we really need, and to keep the program straight, to keep that the mentality of being a leader and winning. So July 15th is the official date. Everybody's supposed to actually get here. So
yeah, I know you guys are getting some more guys that I'm sending down there with you guys, which is going to be really, really good. I know that was one of the big selling points of you guys' schedule. Tell everybody who you guys are playing. I know you guys are playing some big names, man. So who you guys got?
I'll
You put me on mute, man. You put me on mute. Oh,
okay. My bad. They calling me over there to the car and I'm trying to talk. So basically, we got a big known schedule. I don't know if the bean's supposed to be spilled, but a lot of people know. We got like St. Francis, we got St. John's, we got IMG. Last year they had Trinity Christian schedule. I don't know if we're gonna have that this year. Where we Duncanville, we're trying to get a couple big time games. I know we got 3 years. They say we got 3 ESPN games. So it's just a lot of exposure, and you know, coming from Cali, coming from the West Coast is different.
Yeah.
So you know, it's just
What's been the main difference? I mean, for you, you graduated in December, right?
sir.
You graduated December. You're a little bit older, so I mean. And yesterday we were talking. You showed me the apartment. I'm like, man, y'all living lovely, man. Y'all living right. But for a parent, I mean, and I know you know moms know what's up. But for a parent, how would you feel like you're safe, you're in a good place in Ohio?
I mean, it's an experience. It's the best experience, you know. You can ask for. You know, I'm gonna put Jeremy on the camera. We got Jeremy right here.
The idea.
What you doing, Jeremy?
And then we got
How you doing? How you
we got
doing?
Josh.
What's up, Josh?
So
What's Jeremy doing with it? He always got his shirt off.
you know he look, you talk about thick. Hold on, how I turn the camera. I can't turn the camera, but look.
Let me see how thick he done got.
He get a little thick. So
Hey, remember I told you to Jeremy? Remember I told you was a running back.
I'm not a running back.
You a receiver now, right?
I'm a linebacker.
You finally you a linebacker now?
And a safety.
And a safety. I don't want you hitting on me, OG. Good.
so you know, me as a parent, I'm not a parent, but me as a parent, when I see my kid, yeah, you know, it's the best opportunity. Coaches treating us like we their own kids. So the first day we got here, I give you the experience. First day we got here, we got off the flight, we go to Coach House. It was one of our players' birthday. They had steaks, hot links, ribs, you feel me, greens.
They
And
took
so,
care
you know, that's first day we out here. You feel me? So and then you know that you got your own apartment, you got a roommate, you know. So and then they get you the choice of a roommate who you really want, because at that time you're living with somebody, so the connection has to be there. You don't want to have an apartment where you arguing 24/7, you know. So he gives you choice, and all of our coaches are players coaches, so they come to us asking us, okay, if you see something, how do you feel about this? You know, so then if they feel it doesn't work, then that's when now it's my time to take over now. So, you know, they're players coaches. Some of our coaches are young. Some of our coaches have been there and done that. And, you know, so coaches that are young, coach league guys out here. So, and, you know, Ohio, they say Ohio is the state of football, actually. So starting to see it. And now our biggest goal is just to change and bring that West Coast stuff, the throwing, the passing 50 times a game. That's what we're doing. And, you know, that's what we're trying to do out here and change the culture.
So that's really, really good, man, that you were that. Where's Coach Roy at? I gotta get him. Where is he at? Did he leave?
Let me see. You know, he a busy man. He be going, but
told me, he said, man, get me on here so I can talk about my school. I'm
gonna show y'all around. You know, this just some little area. We be at the YMCA. It's a park behind here. We be running hills, you know, and just give you just a little something. Got the team right here. You know, we be chilling.
Yeah, I seen you guys on video. One of the things I love about them is their marketing of you. I saw you already on quarterback hit list. I saw stuff already hitting Twitter. So from a recruiting perspective for a kid, it's really been good for you guys, right?
Yeah, it's actually been one of the best. I've actually been around, you know, going from high school, and then, you know, they talk about prep. They be like, okay, it's about how you overcome adversity. You get me? So and prep school is a lot of adversity. You know, you hear from other people, oh, you weren't good enough to go D1, but not knowing that most NFL players can go prep school and they still make it to the league. You go, so recruiting rise.
Eddie George went to prep and won the Heisman and played 12 seasons in the NFL.
Dwayne Haskins went prep and look where he at now.
Yeah.
So right. You know, so the recruiting is going good, man. I got I'm bringing all these. Jeremy, Josh, and a couple of Kyle. We're bringing all these West Coast attention right to the East Coast. All these kids on the East Coast is now bringing the East Coast attention to these West Coast kids, and now so it's going back and forth. So now it's just getting to know everything and getting to do what we do. in the
Good.
season. So, Coach Roy, I'm on the Zoom.
Yeah, you need to get
Coach
this.
DJ.
Yeah, you need to get
Yeah.
on.
So look, this the hill we just got there running now.
Let me see. Man, that ain't Valley Ridge.
Man,
Was it on y'all?
shit, every day, you know, frog jumps, one leg hops, whatever.
I just getting it in, huh? Well, Coach Roy, what's up, man?
Hey, how's it going, man?
Man, come on, man. You got all my viewers here. We on Twitter, we on Facebook, we on YouTube, we on Anchor podcast, man. Coach Roy, Bishop Sycamore, man. So we've been talking to Trillion, man. I want to tell you, man, thank you for being able to just being somebody to have another contact for these young men, man, all the way in Ohio. But man, you've been hustling, man. You've been pushing.
Yeah, I've been blessed, I like to say.
Yeah.
It's been a long road, a lot of different experiences to get to this point, but I'm just I'm happy that I'm blessed to see another day. I'm blessed to see another football team, blessed to see another football year, and then we're just gonna try to get better every day, and then hope that we can get out there and give people some good games to watch.
All right, well, you got some good. See, I knew Trillion was there. When I looked, I saw Jeremy. I said, "Oh man, you got the shirt taker off for himself."
Yeah,
but you got some good kids there, man. What would you tell a parent right now, man? I was asking Trillion, like, what would be one of the main benefits of being able to do prep for a student athlete really coming out of the COVID? What would be a real good reason why they should reclassify and do it? Because
right.
a lot of people are seeing it, but they don't know. Like, they're like, well, why would he do that? Just go to JC. Like, could you give us like the real?
Right. So there was a very famous statement about from Malcolm X, and Malcolm X said, "There's proper value and respect for time will ultimately decide your success or your failure." And so what I tell parents is the thing that you're trying to preserve is time. And if you go to junior college, you burn a year. If you go to prep, you don't. If you reclass, you don't. So the two differences are there's prep programs, and these are programs that play junior colleges. They're historically your Milford Academy, Military Academy like that, where they play junior colleges.
Hargrave.
JVs, the varsity. Hargrave Military Academy is another good example of that. So you have those. Then you have your traditional fifth year or reclass programs, which I tell parents, you go to Max Preps, go to the States and click prep schools. Those are all those. Your St. Thomas More, your Suffield Academy. These are your big Spire Academy. These are your big prep schools that offer a reclass while you're in high school. I tell them the quarterback from Miami, Van Dyke, he went to Suffield Academy. He went to public school in Connecticut his ninth grade year, and then went to Suffield Academy and did ninth grade again because their school allows that. So our school is more along the lines of that versus a lot of the prep programs that you have out nowadays. The benefit of it is, like I said, the time thing. If you don't have to, especially right now in this cluttered, what I like to call the cluttered NCAA college football, if you're a freshman this year going into be a freshman in 21, you have to compete against the guys that were in the class of 20 because they have the same amount of time that you have. So if you're walking into a room thinking that there was 8 receivers when I went into this room, but 2 of them are graduating, and now there's 6. Well, guess what? Those 2 that were supposed to graduate didn't graduate, and the 2 that came in have the same amount of time that you have. So if I was a 21, 22, 23, I would highly consider reclassing if your school allows it, or finding a school that allows you to reclass.
Yeah, I would say I know into that 22, they think 23 will be back to normal. And some of the coaches I've been talking to, but then they don't know because they got 110. One school I talked to a couple weeks ago, 110 on his roster. Another school just went 1AA, St. Thomas University in St. Paul, Minnesota.
Right.
He just said, man, I got 130 and I got to get down to 85, and you're telling kids we're taking scholarship money, we're getting it. And so, because they're trying to find the ways. And then the bigger one is that a lot of you're probably getting a lot of the overflow because there's not even PWOs. There's no preferred walk-on spots.
There's no space, right?
No space. So definitely would probably be a good deal with Ohio. So with all of our California boys there, man, I called Trill, you know, his nephew. He showed me an apartment. I said, man, you're doing a great thing, man. You got these guys living really well. I know some other prep schools, they don't live like that.
Right. So
yeah,
I
that's all
I
right.
think I think I think that side of it is definitely a testament to their parents. You know, it's a lot easier to run a program when you have young men that are pretty much self-sufficient. You tell them when to be at practice, what time to be there, they show up, and then they go from there. It's, you know, kind of like college, you know, when you have that. So that's one of the things that we were fortunate enough to have. We have a bunch of young men that understand the opportunity and they're appreciative of that. And then it reflects in the way that they conduct themselves every day, you know. So for me, it's pretty easy. When you have a bunch of talent, it's not as hard. You know, it's some of those coaches that I meet where they don't have as much talent. We play as one team, Johnson Central. And if you look at their sheet and our sheet, you're like, well, there's no way they can beat us. And then you go play them and you're going into the fourth quarter and it's 28-14 and they have the ball. And you're like, man, what's been going on? So for me, it's always, you know, with all the talent that we have, it's a little bit easier. It's always fun to watch coaches that might not have 6'7", 300-pound linemen, but still effectively can run the ball. That happened to us last year. So I'm always willing to learn from that, you know, learn to things like that.
That's awesome, man. So you guys play a crazy, awesome schedule. Now your school, so people know, Bishop Sycamore is a Christian school, Christian.
Yes, sir.
Okay, awesome.
So the school was started by a minister. So he those are the values that he has in the school, the things that we're really proud of. That's actually how the name came across. The first part of it is Bishop, and that's taken from 2 Peter and 1 Peter 3, for that matter, of what it takes to be an overseer or a leader. So that's the first part of our climbing on the left side of our school. So you achieve the bishop by understanding what it means to be a good father, a good husband, to take care of your family. The Bible says that you have to have these things. And how forth could a man take care of the church and can't take care of his own family? So that's his own house. Exactly. So we have that on the bishop side. And then on the sycamore side is from the story of Zacchaeus climbing the sycamore tree to be forgiven.
Yes, sir.
Right. So the other side of it is the young men learning to climb the tree to get a perspective of Christ and then understand that they be forgiven for all the things that they've done. But I guess the most important that is after you ask for that forgiveness, Zacchaeus then went and gave all the tax money back to the people. So we're all about, hey, it's okay to make a mistake. It's okay to sin. But what are you going to do after that? How are you going to make the change? And that's also in football, right? You throw an interception. That's okay. You made the mistake. What are you going to do the next time around? So those are the two sides of the pyramid, or whatever you want to call it, that we have them climb to achieve Bishop Sycamore status. Just like, you know, another school might. I know Ohio State takes the strip off after, you know, you do so good in football. But for us, since they're all good at football, we had to come up with something else for them to try to achieve.
I think it's amazing, man. I think that's, I love it. I love hearing that, and that you have a process in a way that you guys are doing that. That's amazing. That's good. Huge thing. And knowing some of those young men, to hear that and have them be around that. Love the term prep anyway, because it's preparing them. It's all from preparation, man, for college, for life, for football, for afterwards. So I appreciate it. I like it. I really do. Your screen went away on me.
I'm sorry. That was somebody calling in. In fact, I want to next time you have me on, I want to make sure we talk about Coach Griff. You know, because I know Coach Griff is on here, and he's like, I'm the exclusive recruiter for the West Coast. I said, well, listen, Coach, before I go make that crazy announcement, man, I got to get.
Hey, don't get Griff going, man.
Coach Griff's gonna be on. Coach Griff's gonna be on me, man. But you know, he's another person where, they understand the vision. You know, and I personally, I hate to quote scripture so much.
No, don't.
But one of the things that it says is without the vision, the people failed.
They perish. That's it.
They perish, right? And so when you get people like Coach Griff, yourself, and guys that understand the vision of what we're trying to do,
Yeah.
it makes it that much more special. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, you look at the schedule with your Demathas and IMGs, and you have to have Trills and Jeremys and Josh Loricks, and you have to have that. And, you know, historically for African Americans, I tell them this story all the time. I said, let me tell you something. I was like, what people don't understand about African Americans and the West Coast in sports, Jackie Robinson. I tell them all the time, I was like, Jackie Robinson was on the West Coast. Jackie Robinson was a heck of a football player, All-American, but he ended up playing baseball. That's because on the West Coast, they were more progressive. But my favorite story...
Jackie Robinson went to my high school, so don't talk about Jackie Robinson. Anything with Jackie Robinson. And
Jackie Robinson.
A lot of people don't know the Jackie Robinson, the Robinson brothers. So he had a brother. I went to John Muir High. They lived a block, 2 blocks from the school. The Jackie Robinson Center, everything Jackie Robinson at my high school is Jackie Robinson.
You know him and
here. They should call it Jackie Robinson High.
Right. Well, if you think about it, him, Kenny, and all those guys, what they were doing in football on the West Coast was really progressive. But my favorite story, because now we look at Alabama as the premier college football program.
Yeah.
But I like to tell people they went out to go play USC, and USC at that time had black running backs and receivers.
1970. Yeah.
Right. Yep. And after Alabama got ate up by USC, they said Bear Bryant went back to Alabama and said, "Hey, if you want to compete, we have to get some guys like that." And so, as far as I'm concerned, you know, West Coast football, even though, you know, in Ohio we're gonna throw jabs at you guys because you throw the ball too much, but West Coast football was and is the cornerstone for African Americans playing college football and high school football, and it's just the bottom line. And because of that, the SEC has now become the dominant Power 5 conference. And
well, you have you have one of the best quarterbacks in the history of high school football, Bryce Young, from right out of Los Angeles, California.
Right out of Los Angeles, California. Absolutely. Him going to Clemson. Right.
You got DJ.
Right. Him going to Clemson. Right.
Everybody and their mama is in Cali right now recruiting California quarterbacks. You know, going into this whole thing about reclassification, right before I got on, I got a text from a quarterback who's in California who probably missed going D1 because of the COVID and a couple of other things. And he just let everybody know that he was reclassified in class of 2022 and being a California quarterback and giving him another year of maturity. Because I like what you're talking about for a guy like Trill, for a guy like Jeremy, for those kids. That's another year of maturity and putting them in a position of growth before they walk into a Division I program. So it's a great thing, man. It's awesome.
Right. It's for me, the thing has been the opportunity to work with different people across the country and work with them.
Southwest on the line.
And so because of that, it's been absolutely remarkable to see their style of football, to see their personalities. You know, it's fun. I like to watch guys from California and Florida, and I love to watch them in 7-on-7. And again,
we go at it.
Hey, and again, it's something that was from, I stole it West Coast, San Francisco 49ers, Dr. Harry Edwards. He said, you have a situation where a Black individual pays the price to achieve success. But when that success is achieved, the vehicles of expressing how they feel about that joy is insufficient. So they begin to innovate. So when you see the dancing, the high five, spiking on the ball, what you're witnessing is a creation of a vehicle to express that joy, for which there is no mainstream language. And when he said that, you know, he's the guy who put together Jerry Rice and all them on the 49ers, Dr. Harry Edwards.
Dr. Harry's my guy. That's my guy.
Man, listen, you don't understand. That's when I read all his stuff. Like, I read his stuff when I'm trying to put this program together because he had this insight.
San Jose State guy.
San Jose State, yeah. That's your guy. When I tell you I study his work, and watch his speeches and stuff, because when you're putting together a team, the things that he understood is what I tried to do here, which is why I love guys from California. I love guys from Florida. And, you get those guys and their personalities and they're wanting to play, and you mix that with some of the blue-collared hard work Ohio. What you have is 3 years in the making what Bishop Sycamore is today.
Yeah.
And that's what we're hoping for.
That's all. I mean, I appreciate that. That's so good, because you're thinking about meshing all that together.
Trying, yeah.
It's that, and that's like an NFL team, right? You get guys, when you bring Juju to the Steelers, you bring them to Steel Town, right? And you bring those guys there. So I love that, man. Well, I'm gonna.
I hope you get a chance to get out here.
Yeah.
And I really do, man. All you guys, I hope you get out here. And obviously, when we play IMG, I'm not going to accept any less than you guys being on the sideline, because it's not possible for this program to be if it wasn't for you guys, man. And as much as you hear the negative, I know the coach from Massillon said in an interview, he said, I don't think these guys are as big and as bad as everybody's making them seem. And I'm like, I hope not.
So two things. Where do you guys play them? In Ohio, or are we going to Florida?
So right now the contract is for Florida. So we'll be playing them October 15th in Florida.
In Kissimmee, right there. Kissimmee, Florida, Orlando, right outside there.
Yeah,
Okay.
right outside there, right. So, and if that changes, you'll be the first to know.
And then the assistant director of recruiting, Ernesto, he got on here. Coach Griff, he got on here. So
yeah, Coach Griff. Hey, listen, Coach Griff, man. So there's Coach Griff. I love him to death. Coach Troop, and there's so many guys out there that supported the program, and so I know they always getting on me, and they're always like, "Well, I'm the official West Coast, and I'm the official." I'm like, "Look, I'm gonna have to do what Solomon did, and just split it down the middle. Like, look, y'all gonna have to be co-official recruiters."
I got it. Coach Griff is at a school now. He good. Don't worry.
He good. All right.
Coach Griff is doing a great job working. We all, it's a blessing to be able to work all together and to give these families another option.
Right.
I just want parents, because I want parents to be able to hear you and understand and to feel one of the things I'm a preacher, man. So I love conviction. I know you're not quoting something that you don't believe in yourself. So to be able, when I sent my son to college, one of the things I asked the coaches was, hey, I want you to be an extension of me. So when I send my son, if you feel like going upside his head, no, that's what I would do. Be an extension of me, having those conversations, knowing those kids that you're there with right now, they need you. These parents, you've been a blessing with coming out of the pandemic and being able to do the whole reclassifying and really helping the kids understand that. And now we have another option with my company. I'm able to say, you know what? If this doesn't happen, the conversation with RJ out of Vegas.
Wonderful.
Right. He now understands, hey, I'm 6'1", 295. Ain't nobody rocking with me. I need to go to Bishop Sycamore and I'll be all right. And you guys did a great job with him.
Yeah.
Kyle Miller.
Kyle Miller's another one. Great, very good speed on the outside, a very dynamic individual. And, I always tease anybody who's Samoan. And I said, are you Samoan? They say, yes, sir. I was like, good, I need some more.
Yeah. Hey, all of us need some more.
Yeah,
being able to have that option, man, is so great. And the guys that are watching here, and we got to give it up for Pastor Craig, because Pastor Craig.
Oh yeah, that's a whole different. He's a whole different. That's Pastor why Craig,
if me and Ernesto are gonna argue over recruiting, he the director, man, because he really orchestrated letting people know. And what I will say about us as Black people, man, I really appreciate that he did that, because a lot of times we like to hoard to ourselves the exclusivity of
he was the exact opposite.
By saying, hey, here's another option for kids. My son's took care of his first like you're supposed to, and then he let everybody he let him know, and he hit me up. He texted me. He just got on. What's going on, Craig? And I really appreciate Pastor Craig because he could have, sometimes people hold stuff to themselves, man, and you shouldn't. Any blessing I have, I want to bless somebody else with, man. So I appreciate
That's Pastor Lord. I'm gonna tell you a story about him. I don't know him as well. He spent a lot of time speaking to the director of the school, but I want to tell you about his son. And his son, they just did a write-out about him. His son has amazing hands, and I laugh more with his son than anybody. Oh man, his son is a comedian and always so respectful all the time. And
Great.
the one thing, this is the one thing that I like about him so much. I tell him, like, we're going to this camp. There's going to be a lot of people there. I was like, so we all have to make sure that we do our best. And he always smiles and he says, "Got you, coach. I got you."
That's his thing.
So I always tell him, I was like, you got a real special name, Joshua. You know what I mean?
That's right.
Joshua, your name is powerful. So,
Josh had to go before us, huh? So he could carry the rest of them over.
Get it. Yeah, he sure did. And a part of that story is amazing. You know what I mean? When he came back with Caleb, right? Remember, all of them were like, "Are you crazy? Them Giants in that land?" And then Joshua, now we good, we got it. That's he has the perfect name. So, he's and I'm not afraid to say this, he's one of my favorites, you know what I mean? And he was out here today running that hill, and anything we need, he's always so willing to do. And so, it's been a real pleasure. And again, I can't speak, well enough about Pastor Lork, man. I just love him as the time I do get to spend and talk to him is just amazing, man. So I like I said, when this program gets to where it's going to go, I just want to make sure I never forget all the people who supported us along the way.
Yep. Amen. So you guys, October 15th, IMG in Florida.
October 15th, IMG in Florida. If that changes, you guys will be the first to know.
All right, man.
And if it does change, I'm not taking no for an answer. We're gonna have to take an offering to buy tickets or something.
So you got IMG, DeMatha. You said DeMatha.
DeMatha, IMG, St. Francis Academy. We have St. Thomas More, another prep school from Connecticut. They have about 19, 20 going Division I. We got Johnson Central, number 1 or number 2 team out of Kentucky.
Wow.
We played Canadian team. We played Modern Day of Illinois. We're still trying to figure out something against Servite, obviously, but I'm not sure if that'll happen.
Bring them back to the West Coast so they can see.
Yeah, Coach Negro, he's been trying to work it out, but CIF has been giving him a little bit of trouble for us coming out to play because we're independent.
Yeah. So
I want to play on the West Coast, obviously, to get you guys out there. But if we can't, our other option is Duncanville, out of Texas.
Yes, sir.
So, we're trying to fill in the schedule with the best competition. But at the same time, looking at the schedule now, playing, 5 teams ranked in the top 25 in the country, I don't really,
Yeah, Coach, you good. Get you some wins, man.
Get you some, right. when we're looking at a schedule and it's like, well, let's play Servite because that'll be an easy game. I'm like, what makes you guys think Servite is going to be easy?
Ain't nothing easy about Juice County now. You can't do that.
Yeah, I was like, just because their ranking isn't the highest doesn't mean that's going to be our easiest game.
Those are games, man.
Those are right. You know what I mean? So, we're going to take the time to look at the schedule. We want to stop at around 13 games. This will make sure that we give everybody enough playing time, give everybody enough looks. And then we're going to just take this camp tour day by day.
Okay.
And, hope to gather these offers. And hopefully I go into the season saying, win, lose, or draw, everybody's going to college free. So
that's good, man.
It's a win-win situation.
That is the opportunity. Well, I'm
yes,
gonna let
sir.
y'all get out of that park, man. You guys have worked.
Oh,
out.
yeah. I got these guys waiting bound to leave, man. I'm going to let you get on, let Trill get back on here, do some talking, man. But, thank you so much, man, for the support, man. You know how we feel about you, man. Thank you so much, man. And
yep, I got you, man. Well, I appreciate you guys. I got to call you because I did leave Coach Pete. I said, hey, Roy, I need Graduate Alliance. I
yes.
the email. I'm waiting for the lady. I just want to know if you had a contact for her. So
Yeah, I will make sure that's another thing, being able to explain how that works. But I will make sure that he gets that over to you.
Okay. All right, man.
All right, there goes Trill.
All right, man. Thank you. All right, man. I don't want to hear nothing other than signing day, your grades is right, I'm going to this school, and that's it. Or we gonna have problems. You all the way out.
All I gotta do is just take care of my business. So
That's it.
I've been through the trials and tribulations. So whatever I've been through, I'm taking that as a lesson, not a loss. So you see where I'm at. You see, not too many people get the second opportunity like I have. So I'm using it as a blessing, and I'm using it with my words and my actions. So
That's it. Stop Jeremy. Pop Joshua. Tell them dudes I said what's up.
Man, it's finna get hectic June 1st, man. We on the road like 20 days straight colleges, so.
I know, man. I know. You guys are going on a camp tour. I'm gonna miss you guys. I think you guys are going to Texas. I'm
trying to get to Nevada. I told you I'm trying to get to Nevada. So
that's gonna be mid-June.
That's June 19th.
June 19th. But I'll be early June. I'll be at SMU and all around Texas.
I think that's where we're supposed to be there. We're supposed to be there.
Yeah, you guys.
I know we're going to Clemson June 1st. I think
Clemson
Jeremy was
second. Yeah.
Jeremy was saying Georgia June 2nd or something like that.
Yep.
So we supposed then I think going to TCU, SMU, and then a couple of our players are going to Houston, and then we're flying from Houston straight to Youngstown, and then flying from Youngstown back because we got to go to Florida State 7-on-7 and stuff. So.
Well, you don't have, hey man, you got the best marketing, you got great education program, you got a great man of God around you. Like I said, I don't want to hear, rule number 7 with the man up is we make no excuses, brother. We don't have none. All right. Well, I love you.
I got you.
I love you, man. You guys be good. Keep your head up.
Me too, Aunt.
All right, man. I'll talk.
All right, I got you. Call me. You need something, I'll call you.
All right, let me know. I got you.
I got you. Thank you.
Yep. Thank you. That's our guys, man. They all the way in Ohio. They doing their thing. You guys are joining recruiting 101 today, man. And we just trying to make sure these young men. So I want a lot of people to understand. I know a lot of you guys are watching kids. I just got another notice today of another kid reclassifying and doing this. And for us on the West Coast, it hasn't been a thing. It really hasn't been something we did. We went right to junior college. We went right into other situations. Whereas now the pandemic, as I told people before, we should come out of the pandemic better than we were. And I think we are more educated now because of it. We have other opportunities. We have of things that we're doing. So Bishop Sycamore in Ohio is going to be an option. I have Nike Dallas is another option of a prep school. And so it's helping me add more to our company as California Recruits, as other options for our kids if those things are needed. And so I want to make sure that you guys get that. Pastor Craig just was amazing, in sharing that information, and it just went from there. And I know Craig talks to him because he deals with his son and he's talking to those coaches. I'm probably on the phone with them once or twice a week, still saying, are you taking another guy? Here's another class of 21. So if you know a 21, mature enough to go to Ohio, ready to go. I know Coach Roy wouldn't mind me saying this. All that kid needs is $1,500. They pay everything else, the food, the apartment, and the whole everything. So you guys, if that's something you need, definitely get at me, 323-335-6359. If you have a student athlete that's kind of on the fence, let me know. If not, it definitely, I wanted to go into today talking a little bit about junior college, NAIA football, HBCUs, and Division III. I'm glad Ernesto got on here because, as I've said this before, and I'm really honing this in because I'm talking to so many class of 2021 guys, and it's coming. It's on its way. Class of 2021 guys who are still in this mode that's kind of stuck because they're saying something else is going to happen. And as you heard the coach say earlier, when we talk about the numbers, when you have 110 guys and you're only suited for 85, I mean, dude, you are definitely over in your numbers. And so I want parents to understand the wave and how recruiting and college stuff has changed now from Division 3. I mean, from Division 1 to the portal to junior college. I think a lot of guys should approach junior college with the right mindset. If you're going to leave your area, you need to really leave your area with the right mindset because junior college is not easy. And if Ernesto wanted to get on, I'd like, he can get on and we can talk a little bit about that from a junior college perspective. Just like reclassifying, it is going to take a very mature individual. Junior college it can be a black hole if you do not have the right mindset going into that junior college. If you're not looking to take 15 to 18 units, you're not leaving in a year. If you didn't qualify out of high school, if you are not looking to be, as far as taking the right amount of classes, if you're not looking at doing that the right way, I can tell you guys right now, you'll be there the whole 2 years. If you're not talking to college coaches prior to attending the junior college and having an understanding that, coach, this is where I'm going to be. If everything loosens up in January, I'd like to leave because it is not an easy thing. Having that conversation with parents, if you're going to leave your area, making sure that the housing is good, making sure that it is not something that coaches are making promises about housing. And when you get there, I have a situation with my nephew right now in school. His roommate is in went in the portal, and they have a campus apartment off campus. So now he's at Division 1 school. Roommate just went in the portal, and now he's stuck with a lease. So you got to have some conversations with parents, finding a stable roommate, somebody you feel like is going to be there. All these different things can happen. When you talk about junior college, dude flunked out, and now your rent went from $600 to now $1,000 because you lost a roommate or two because of school. So a lot of these things, these are real junior college things that happen. My girls, I'm going to live with my girl, and this is too expensive. And, you see that little Pell Grant check and you like, oh, if I just go back home, yeah. So this is why I'm telling guys, and Ernesto, understand again, I'm telling guys, if you live in Bakersfield and you want to leave, make sure you can leave. Make sure your parents understand the financial side of that. It goes back to, well, why would I go to NAIA school and pay $4,000 or $5,000 when I could just go to JC? Well, that don't mean you ain't gonna still pay $4 or $5 grand. Pell Grant is only gonna take care of so much at a semester. You still have gas. You still got to buy food. There's rent. There's lights. There's cable. There's all these other things that are still a part of that. And for a student athlete, I would tell a student athlete always stay at home. If you can stay at your parents' house and it's feasible for you to stay and study and get your units done, but have a plan, and you have to have a tremendous focus to be able to leave in a year and leave in 2 years because the distractions are many. There's nobody calling saying you missed class, none of those type things. So we really want to make sure that that is something that you have in your mind, that you have an understanding about when you deal with junior college football, is that you need to get with, when we look back at Last Chance U, when you look back at Last Chance U, that lady that was coming around the first season, waking guys up, doing that. You know, when you look at Coach Griff, those are the things that junior college guys they have to do, but they shouldn't have to do if you're really trying to get out. Should have to come waking you up, getting you to your 8 o'clock class and all that stuff. But that's junior college football. So you have to make sure you are focused and it's something that you really want to do to get out. And I'm going to let Coach Griff talk about that because Coach Griff is going to hear it. We hear it all the time when the colleges come. They are looking for, Griff, help me if I'm right, if I'm saying it right. They're looking for a 2 for 3 guy, a guy that still got a red shirt year, you know. So picking your junior college is huge because how can a guy get out in a year if he ain't even been on the field?
Absolutely. The thing about it is what a lot of these high school kids don't understand too, and I'm even understanding more now that I've been kind of like integrated into the junior college thing now, how it works. Totally different from being a high school coach. You know, it's high school coach, you got to do this, you got to do that. This is a job, like for real. College football is a job. It doesn't matter if it's junior college, D3, NAIA, everything is a job. So it's like, it used to be me at a high school where give me a progress report by Thursday. You know, now I got to make sure before I even think about trying to recruit a kid, if somebody's like from California recruits, first thing I got to ask is his grades.
Yeah.
Because who you bring in and recruit is going to be a reflection on you. Who you bring in and recruit, you know, character, that word character comes back, character guys. You know, guys want to come out here to Santa Ana because we do every Tuesday and Thursday, we do the tour, campus tour, the facility tour, and everything, take them all around through the whole thing. And, you know, the first thing they said is like, it's a beautiful campus. Hands down, it's a very beautiful campus. You're about 10 minutes from the beach. So are we getting guys who really want to be here to get an AA degree or to be one and done and get out early? Or are we getting guys because we're in Santa Ana, Orange County, you're by the beach, you know, it's girls, it's cracking around here, you know what I'm saying? You know, they you know, it's almost summer, Daisy Dukes is out, you know, so when we getting guys in, are you coming for football? Because, you know, are you coming because we're helping you get this fat financial aid check? And to be honest with you, it's like we're paying kids to be here. Like we're giving kids $6,500 to be here. And that's all theirs. You know, I put in place a system for us to have meal plan. And I think I've brought a whole different game, a whole different level to it where I'm probably even more valuable now to my head coach who hired me and put me on because California JUCOs don't have meal plan. But see, I'm not a dude who want to hold shit to itself and hide it. Like, oh no, this can only be my plug. Yeah. I'm gonna be like I'm the Don. Any of you dudes that's at junior colleges in California, and you say we don't have meal plan. Yes, you do. And here's how you get it. So record this right now because this video probably will implode because I'm giving away free game. All right. Just make sure you know who you got this from. Go to your head coach, go to your AD at that campus at your junior college. Ask him for that 504 number. If you don't know what that 504 number is, it's the tax ID number for the school. Okay. Go around to the local grocery stores that surround that junior college. Your Ralph's, your Food for Less, your 99-cent stores. Whatever the grocery store is, a Cardenas, whatever, Boys Market, you know, ABC Market, I don't know, Alpha Beta. You go to the manager, make sure that tax ID number is on letterhead from the school, okay? You ask them, when do they get rid of their groceries? To see every Wednesday, grocery stores get rid of their groceries. Not because it's expired or bad, but they got to keep it in rotation. That's just how it works. So what I did and what I'm doing and already did, how our meal plan is set up, guess what? I have food for less, 99-cent store, Cardenas, giving away all this food for our players. And this is something that they want to do. So you bring them in like, hey, we want you to be a part, help the program, part of the community. You know, if you have a banner, we like to put your banner up around the stadium on game days, right? So it's kind of for, and then for them,
are those
it's
all
a tax run,
right?
right? And it's
non-perishable items. Are those all non-perishable items?
All.
Or that meat, everything?
Everything, meat, everything. They're going to give you everything. Okay. Now, what you don't want to do, well, I don't. The milk, the dairy, I wouldn't give it to my players. That's just me. Okay. They got enough money to go get them a gallon of milk or two. You know, the cheese, but everything else, the meat, the bread, the grain, the pastas, the sauces, the soups, the top ramen, that's all theirs for free. So now we're calling our kids to the campus. Hey, man, come get this box of food. Just like you see all these elementary schools and high schools doing on their campus, giving away food. That's how you have a meal plan. So when you talk to parents, you can legitimately say, yes, we do have a meal plan. Every week, kids can come up here, come and get exactly what they need, and then take it back to their apartment.
That is huge.
So all you do is think that you know everything. You don't know everything. I just gave you I just dropped you a jewel. Get in my inbox, man. I just dropped you guys a jewel. I'm talking about all the way from JUCOs and Dago, all the way down near Humboldt County. That is a jewel that I just dropped you.
Yep, absolutely.
Right there.
Yep, absolutely. I know that to be true because of the years I was up school in Fresno. Hey, man, I can smell chopped ramen a mile away now. I done ate it so much.
Right. Right.
You know,
right.
So that's good. So from the other perspective, Ernesto, Coach Griff, tell me a little bit about you guys' apartment living, because that living has been one of the biggest things. Like we had a ton of kids wanting to leave Bakersfield and go to Santa Barbara City College, and I was like, do you know how much it costs to live in Santa Barbara?
Right. Well, for my workings, what I've been doing with my and I won't say work, is my investigation on the apartments around Santa Ana. Okay, one, it's still Orange County. Yeah. Okay, Santa Ana is very affordable, though. Okay, now you do have kids that they want to stay by themselves. If they come from a family who is able to do that for them, you know, by all means, I mean, we can't control that. But what I'm doing is trying to get guys, 4 to 5 guys in a 2-bedroom apartment. Okay, 2 to a room. Whatever guy wants to be in the living room on that pull-out couch. You're only there. Everything is business, bro. That's just what it is. The rent in Santa Ana runs from minimum $1,400 to, it could go all the way up. But I'm talking about around campus that I'm looking at, $1,800. But if you got 4 guys in there splitting the rent, right?
Yep.
You should be able, right? You're able to split this rent, right?
Yep.
You should be perfectly fine paying that rent with 4 guys.
Yeah.
Okay. And the apartments that I've been looking for are with the amenities already tied into it, right? So like the electrical, you know, where they don't really have to have
all your
bills.
Utilities.
All utilities included. That's what I've been looking for. And I found 3 apartments like that. But it still comes down to something I can't control is vacancy. So the problem is you get these kids say, oh yeah, I want to stay in an apartment. Then you go, well, me and my boy, we want to stay in an apartment together. Then one doesn't want to come. Now the other one doesn't want to come. And then now we probably have some kids in apartments, right, that we placed. They didn't come with a friend, but they're willing to roommate with this guy, or this group is roommated here. So now by the time you come and say, oh, no, we want the apartment, it doesn't work like that. Everything is on a like a time basis type of thing.
So
where
drive wise from LA or from the IE, where are you guys? What was that?
I say from LA to Santa Ana, let's say you are Slauson, right? It probably take you about 40 minutes, I would say, because you're gonna take that, you're gonna take that 105, all the way up, and then you're gonna take it all the way to what, the 50, the 57?
55? Yeah, 57. 50.
Yeah, 55, 57, somewhere like that. Now the IE, it's probably like a 30-minute drive
So you're
because it cuts you through the 57.
so are you closer to Fullerton, JC?
Oh, okay, yeah, let's get to that. Now, the surrounding JCs around us, we have Saddleback, you have Fullerton, you have OCC, which is Orange Coast College, who has, if I was a coach there, oh, it'd be over because they literally have dorms. They have OCC has living quarters. Then you have Golden West, who also provides housing, but you better be a dude. Can't be coming from, St. Monica's, Division 16. No, they gonna only do that for dudes.
So
But
Orange Coast has dorms.
Orange Coast has dorms. So you have Orange Coast by us, you have Golden West, you have Fullerton, you have Saddleback, and yeah, you have us.
And this
But
is this all your league?
No, that's not our league. We've just been broke off from a different league. So now in our league, we're in the American Metro. Now you have LA Valley with us. We have LA Southwest, I believe it is. I think San Pedro.
Harbor City.
Yeah, Harbor City. Excuse me. Who else? Who else is it?
What league is what league is ELAC?
I have no clue, but I think they're on our schedule. If I'm not mistaken, I really believe that they're on our schedule this year.
Okay.
I know our first game of the year is Fullerton, which is a rivalry game.
Okay.
Because we're so close. I think it's for like an axe or a bell or something. But going back to like the recruiting thing, like we were talking about, I have to kind of like really, I can't do it off because the love I have for this kid, or I've been knowing this kid and seeing him play and he came through Pro Way or he came through, Rare Breed. And, I'm familiar with him. Like I really have to, investigate like this kid and, what's his character like? Are you really here to try to ball and get grades, or do you just want to come? Because a lot of kids, this is where a lot of kids mess up. They'll go to junior college and they'll get these classes, and they don't really and sometimes a lot of these junior college coaches, they don't have the kids' best interest because they'll say, "Hey, coach, man, I'm not doing too good in these classes. Don't worry about it. You're a freshman. All you need is 12 units."
Right.
They'll tell them that all you need is 12 units. If a coach tells your kid, your son, all he needs is 12 units, don't worry about it, guess what? He's not there for your kid. Your kid needs to hear, well, you won't be playing this week.
Right.
You need to get those grades up. So a lot of kids coming in as freshmen, they just be like, oh, I just got to get 12 units. That's why you see so many kids who, they'll have some fucking, excuse my language, oh, yeah, I got embroidery. Embroidery? Why are you taking that? Well, I have to drop this math 1 class that you need to transfer out because your dream is to get out of here, and we wanted to get you out of here, but you taking, oil change and brake job, one unit, you taking, fitted cap and dance and Pilates classes so you can get to 12 units when these classes don't even count or transfer towards anything. Get you out of here. What we trying to do is get kids who understand, like, look, we're running this program like a D1. Like, you have to go to tutoring here.
Yeah.
Miss a tutoring session here at Santa Ana. You won't play, bro. It's just that we don't want to hear no excuses. We're not calling mommy and daddy. I'm not, look, just because I know you, I'm not, if Daquan went here, I'm not calling Jernigan. It's just it. Because you guys are young men. And understand this, parents, your kids are young men, okay? Young adults. Key word, adult. Young is in front of it, but adult. So don't be surprised when your kid drops out or he comes out and he says, oh man, them coaches was tripping. No, what you need to ask your kid is, let me see what those grades look like. But there are some coaches that will call that parent because they really care about your kid, and they'll say, look, hey man, Daquan messing up, man. Like, he was missing tutoring, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, if he get, you know, he's missing this class, you know, he's talking about he's late for this class, but he always on time for practice. That's the problem. And another thing to the junior college life is this. We don't want you to be there 2 years, not at Santa Ana. There's junior colleges that do want you to stay for. We don't. We want to get you out as fast and as prepared as possible for the D1 life. That's why we run our school on a D1 program level. That's why you have to go to team meetings, positional meetings, your defensive and offensive meetings, weight room, weight training, tutoring, you know, and then we also have group tutoring, right? Because if you don't do these things now and rep these things now, you're not going to do it when you get to D1.
Sure not.
You're not. So everybody thinks, oh man, JUCO, you know what I'm saying? This is easy. First of all, it's not when we went to junior college. Things have changed. There's a lot of money in football. If you remember, when we went to junior college, it probably was 1 or 2 bowl games. It was the main one was the Potato Bowl. Everybody, that was the national championship, right? At Bakersfield, at BC, everybody wants to get to that double-decker stadium and play in front of their people in that double-decker stadium, which is probably one of the best stadiums I ever been in my life, and actually played in and got a W out of there. But neither here nor there. But what I'm saying is, there's so many bowl games now, right?
Right.
So it's a lot of money in bowl games. There's money in junior college ball games, whether you believe it or not. But what it comes down to is, just like how it's a D1, D1 AA, D2, if a junior college coach is constantly calling, constantly texting with your kid, he really wants your kid. You know, it's not like, hey, call one time, text one time. You know, perfect example, and I'll speak on it. I reached out to Jernigan myself. Hey man, I need help right here.
Yep.
He didn't even flinch. Send me his recruiting list. Reached out to Knox. Send me his recruiting list for the IE California recruits. Jernigan sent me his. Got on the phone. What we needed on our board. Cause see, that's another thing. That board is like, it's real. So when Jernigan talks about the board at these D1s and what they need, man, hey, it's for real. Like, we got guys on our board right now, like receivers. I'm the receiver coach. I'm probably about 30 deep at receiver. And guys do get red shirted at JUCO.
And that's what I want more parents to understand. Like, there's a process. My partner just got on, my brother Big E, you know, parade All-American coming out of high school, out of Buffalo, comes to Pasadena City, wins a Potato Bowl, goes to ASU. But if you knew the process and what he went through in that living, I mean, we laugh about it now. You know, he burned down an apartment with an iron. I mean, somebody left an iron on. I mean, but those things and those adversities that those guys went through were huge. In the growth of who they were. What made
right.
I heard an administrator, she said, well, what about all the kids that aren't ready to go? And you have some kids that aren't They're just not ready. They're not ready to go. They're
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 not.
not.
That's
They
true.
don't mentally, maturity wise, they're just not ready to go, and so that becomes a really really big deal with guys. So today, man, I'm gonna do something real new. And you a coach, I don't know how much time you got. I'm gonna
Yeah.
go over some California recruit guys, some film. There's some class of 22s.
Right.
I'm gonna go over some film with them. I'm gonna put uh, them up on the screen. You want to
Okay.
go over with me? I'm doing
Yeah.
this for my Twitter watchers. I've connected with what I was doing was connecting with some coaches, and what I'm going to start doing, which I wanted to ask you as a coach, if I was on Twitter, we're gonna call this new show called Huddle Watch. We're gonna watch
Mhm.
all of our linebackers from California recruits on Huddle, tag coaches, so now they can get on and watch these huddles with us. Because some of the kids they don't know, they're not following.
Right.
They won't
Right.
follow back. So we're trying to new
And
a new-
I want to say one more thing too. And Jernigan knows I asked him this. We're not just looking for the 2021 guys because they know they missed the season, right?
Yeah.
Well, I'm not specifically, right? I even asked Jernigan, I said, hey, even if you have some 2020 guys, because those 2020 kids, you know, it's a lot of them that aren't playing.
Yeah.
Okay. So remember when the COVID hit, it's a lot of kids that were great, had great shirts. Then the COVID hit, they don't have nothing that was 2020s. So if there are any kids that are 2020s, I am willing to look at.
Yeah.
You probably
Hey,
won't hear that from nobody else.
yeah. Hey, and kids need to get on the field, man. You've been
Yeah.
off the field, but the other side of it is why I want to go over, like I was telling you, going over D3, going over NAIA. These are
Yeah.
real viable options, man. Don't,
Yeah.
you know, a lot of the parents are, you know, I put up a post today, and I really want to go over that, and let everybody see this. You know, when I put up what I put up today with uh, the cost of a program, I didn't put that up to just, you know, clown anybody. I wanted people to understand because I had people kind of saying, "Well, that ain't a scholarship." Well, no, a scholarship is any money that you get from any school that you don't have to pay back.
Right.
You know, and so you know, as I you know, it was kind of crazy to kind of hear some people like, you know, kind of
I'm gonna tell you what I think it is too, is we are I think as a parents, it's really hard for them to swallow. I think it's really hard for them to swallow that their kid is not going D1, right?
yeah,
Then when that reality sets in, it's like, okay, well, now they're willing to go D1 AA. Okay, that's a maybe, but the reality is they need to really understand your kid is not even D1 AA. He's not FCS. He's a possible D2, but he is D3. Let's just say he is D3. Okay. Back when I used to see back when I was in junior college, the most dominant D3s I used to see all the time on TV was Mount Union and
Rowan
Actually
College, Rowan College,
actually put they
Mount
put guys
Union,
in the league.
Mount
Yes.
Union, Rowan College, Georgetown, not the Georgetown,
Right.
the other one.
Yeah.
Stayed.
The other one.
Yeah, they
Right.
stayed. But
Just lived in a national championship game, right?
but what we have now is we have a ton of parents who are caught up with the hype. It's like
Right.
I'm a '90s kid when it comes to partying, right?
Right.
When I was on the scene partying in the '90s, it was like everything comes back to, and what we have to deal with as Black people and people, it's just people, period, is this exclusivity thing. We have this thing, we want to be so exclusive. I'm part of this group. Well, I want to be a part of the group that gets my master's. I want to be a part of the group that gets my PhD. Well, that has to happen. You can't get neither one of those without getting your bachelor's. So it doesn't matter where you go.
Because you have these parents that are living through their kids.
But I think
they can take it. They can take it how they want, but that's the goddamn truth. Because you really feel like it's parents on here right now. Guarantee you looked at a kid that your son played with since you you see him getting offers, and
Yep.
you feel like, man, my son.
I
was
hear it all the
playing for
time.
them, and we beat them when we was in junior, this and that, and
I
he
hear it
did
all the
this and
time.
that.
Hear it all
First
the
of all,
time.
everybody's time is totally different.
But
Now,
I'll say this. This is the reality that if you gave me $100, my service is more than $100. But nobody's ever gave me 30,000, right?
right.
If I take 10% of this and say whatever I got you, 10% of this is what you would owe me, or 10% of the 41,
Oh, woo.
you still would be like, you still won, right?
Right, exactly.
When you look at this particular, I mean, when I'm gonna zoom in here a little bit just so people can see even more. You know, I put this up this morning. This is a breakdown from a particular school, and this is something that one of my clients turned down to go to prep, which was, I understood. I've had other clients turn it down as well, right?
Mhm.
I've had other clients turn it down as well because they go, because it's not sexy, and that's what I tell people. They want to go. You know what? Hey man, what do you want to go to the club for? I just want to go hear some music and dance, have a good time. Oh, well,
Right.
we can get in over there. Well, but that one looked like it's cracking. We can't get in that one.
Right. Yeah.
You can't get in the Roxbury. You can't get in the Century Club. But you sure
Right.
can go, hey, you sure can get in here right here at the bottom line bar and grill. And you can have the same. See, everybody tells me that they just want a scholarship. They just want free school. But
Right.
then when it comes to it, it doesn't become that. It has to be that one or that one. And this is where kids are getting messed up at, because they fall into that with their parents when you could, like, I got some kids that could have been playing ball somewhere else by now. They could have been playing. But because they didn't want that, they want, and here's the bigger part that you'll understand. You got to get out of being in love with being recruited and be in love with the game. Everybody's in love with the recruiting process and traveling, and I got 5 trips and I'm doing, you know what? At the end of the day, you all end up the same place. It's kind of like the graveyard. We all got to leave here one day, right?
I give props to Armand, right? I don't know if he on here, but you know, like he took me under his wing and like made me his protege, because he like someday he gonna, you know, give this recruiting shit up. But it's something that he always said, and I say to every recruit to this day, but I don't even tell it to the kids. I tell it to the parents, because the parents have a big influence on where their kid is going to go. We all know that.
Yeah.
I tell them like he told me, and he even tells, he said the same thing to this day. Go where you're wanted, not where you want to go. Go where you're wanted.
You got to go.
And the reason why, because I had to ask him, like, well, you know, what the kid want to go here? You know what I'm saying? And they going to take him. He said, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, they'll just take him. You know, he'll just be another number. Go where you're wanted. Like, it's plenty of kids. Not going to bust them out, but there's plenty of kids that's in that Pac-12 that tell me all the time, that come back, train with me, you know, because you know what? I should have went to New Mexico State. I should have went to Utah State. But they went and chased that logo on the helmet. But getting back to the NAIA thing, I think if NAIA was more visible and I don't care if they was on ESPN3 and more visible, and then you actually, because I don't think a lot of people don't understand, there's a Division 2 to NAIA, then there's a Division 1. That, you know what I'm saying?
Division, there's more Division 2 basketball NAIA.
Right. And so they need to, like, I think they need to understand that. But it seems like sometimes when you bring up NAIA, it's like you just slap their mama across the face. Like, you think my son, like, if you say, hey, man, I got this NAIA school, you think my son is trash?
And that's why we talk. That's why we talk more about money, because when you look at it, NAIA schools are $40,000. This school is $41,954 a year. Okay.
Right.
With the combination of what they give on the low end, coach told me academically, if a kid is a 3.0 or 3.5 or better, he's gonna get 12,000 on the low end. On high end, he's gonna get 15. He's seen other kids get 16 to 18, depending on where they are. I took the 15 number. Athletic
Right.
scholarship, 9,000 on the low end, high end, 15. You get
Right.
$30,000 out the gate that you don't have to pay back. That leaves 11, close to $12,000 right there. And we haven't even done financial aid. If a kid then gets a full out-of-state financial aid package at $7,350, there's $4,604 left over.
And if you can't pay that,
Well, you just told me that you want a kid to pay $1,800 a month with roommates.
Right.
If I did the math for a year at just 12 months for the year, keeping that apartment at 400, 10 months, he's at 4,000. So you paid the same money to go to JC for the dream or for the dream or the idea that another D1's gonna come and get you. And what do we say, Ernesto? I mean, Coach Griffin, here we go. Let's go with it. The portal, the class,
yep.
the older guy. You got 3 other options of them getting you going before you,
Yep.
before you go here, and you could have been here already working on your degree.
Well, the coldest part to that, what you just said is, what about the guy who took that PWO to San Diego State? And you and I know how much San Diego State costs, but
Yes,
because
sir.
it's a Division I, they're willing to pay all that, but not pay that. Like, but it's the name. Like, I promise you, I had a kid who I got a PWO to an FCS school, right? Got a PWO offer to a Division I. It's still a PWO. But because it's a Division I,
We're
like you
gonna
said,
we're
people,
gonna go
people
pay
want to be exclusive. People want to
So-
be, like you said, they want to be
exclusivity.
exclusive. They want to be a part. They want to be a part of the, you know,
Well,
what they say, the
what it
popular
is,
thing.
yeah. So what it is I get to look like, because everybody don't know, but I get to look like I'm at the same school with all these guys. What I tell guys is this: what happens on Friday night when they get on the plane or leave in the morning to get on the bus, you still there. What
Yep.
happens at the games? You are sitting in the stands with the sweatsuit on right next to the parents. Now you get to come home and tell everybody, you know, you were at practice, you were a practice player, and that
Right.
whole thing. And that's great if that's what you want. The reality of a guy winning a scholarship from a PWO is really it's got to be a lot that goes on, right?
See, I think they need
And
to
a lot of
understand.
parents don't get that either.
They need to understand. Okay, parents and everybody out there, you probably like you have walk-ons, then you have preferred walk-ons. A walk-on is me registering for classes. I want to come try out for the team. A preferred walk-on, a real preferred walk-on, is really a guy that they really wanted but couldn't give at this time. But this is how you know. I'm gonna give you more free game. How you know if a program really wanted your kid rather than they just offered them a PWO to come up there.
Yeah.
I tell a coach, like, you tell a coach this, well, coach, you know what? Can we just get a gray shirt and still be committed? And that way we can just come later. We'll just take a couple of classes at the local junior college. You know, we'll make sure he stay in shape and then he can come later in the year. If that coach is like, man, guess what? They just want you to be another body because PWOs.
Yeah, I just read a text from a school to a D lineman. We want you, but they did not want to make the promise to the kid. They want him to walk on and play, and if he's doing good in January in spring ball, fall ball, they said we'll give it to you. If we see you lacking off, we're gonna make you have to prove it in the spring.
Uh-huh.
So they're still leaving. See, that comes back to people not controlling their recruiting. And the only way to control your recruiting is what you said. You go where they want you. You can't control something where you're still in a place of negotiating whether they're going to give it to you or not. Here's
Right.
somebody's already saying they're going to give you this scholarship. So the bigger
But-
point is we are enamored by what we want and not
Yeah.
enamored by what is already
What we
said,
need.
what
Right.
we need and what's given to us. Here is
Because
$37,000 and $4,000 left, and I have kids right now that'll stay, and I know that they're not mentally ready. They
For
will
college.
quit.
Yeah.
You will have more kids who will quit football in junior college and never play again had they went to an NAIA school and got around a program, they would have stuck it out. Whereas what I said when you were getting on, you have to be ready to go to JC. You said character. Guy got to know. When you say to a parent, we got two guys in here, we can put a fifth guy, he gonna have to take the living room. He has to understand that the living room is, I'm only in this living room for the next 5 months, do my homework, take these units. I'm gonna be at the library. This is where I sleep, shower, eat, and get out of here and go to practice. You have to have a mind for that. If you are not ready for that, you need to stay at home with mom and go to the local place where you are, stay in your room in the comfortable surroundings of your family, and understand that's what it is. If you're like, I gotta go and I need to go, I need to go. I put a picture of a young man that the Rams signed to their mini camp.
I've seen that.
From Benedictine.
Yeah.
Your dream is not defined by the school that you attend. If your dream is defined by that school, then you were defeated out the gate, because there would be no Terry Porter. There would be no Shannon Sharp, Savannah States and all these schools that kids ain't waking up going, I want to go to Savannah. Guys
Well, the deal to that is people think if I go look, every kid thinks this, because even when I got to college, university,
you think Dennis Rodman woke up and said, I want to go to Southeast Oklahoma, and Scottie Pippen said, I wanted to go to Central Arkansas. Yeah, they didn't wake up.
Scottie didn't play basketball right away. Remember,
he was the trainer. He was
the guy who picks up the towels and he was
an athletic assistant trainer.
Exactly. So like, they got to understand, like, you go to this school and you take this PWO. Yeah, you will get the jumpsuit, you get everything, you get treated like one of the guys, you get all that. But you're going to be a practice squad guy. Period. You're going to be a ping pong. If you're on the offensive side, man, get ready. Be ready. Because you talk about mental reps. Every practice for you is a mental rep, because you're trying to roster. Like every week, you're basically interviewing for the same job weekday and week out. So that's just what it comes down to. The option that I'm trying to give kids at the junior college level is, look, if you were a qualifier, I can get you out of here. It's exciting. What heck?
Sorry about that.
Get you out of, if I can get you out of here in 1 year. If you were a qualifier in high school, that's what I'm saying. That carryover from high school will follow. It follows you no matter where you go. But at the junior college level, if you're a qualifier and you need to come here, I'm going to take you. I'm not trying to keep you for 2 years. I'm trying to get you out of here in a year. But it still depends on what? Your film. It still depends on how fast you can get in here, learn the playbook, make sure that what you're learning in these meeting rooms and out of that playbook transitions into practice, and what transitions out of practice transitions into game day on Saturdays, and you're making plays, because it's still college football. The only thing college coaches want out of your kid is two things: making plays. That's it. Yeah, they be on TV talking about, man, I love this kid. This kid is the next thing. Man, let me tell you something. College coaches are in it for themselves. Yes, I'm a college coach now. I am in it for myself. Junior college coaches have aspirations to be Division I coaches, D2 coaches, D2 to get to D1 AA, D1 AA to get to D1, trying to get to the pros. Hey, I'm telling you, it's all about the kid. Because at this point, I look now, understand how these college coaches feel. Like, look, man, I literally, and my coach, if you bring certain guys in here, like we can't have guys when we're running to apartments because the police is constantly showing up and they were your recruits, Jernigan. Hey, Jernigan, we got to talk, man. Like, man, we got 4 police reports, man. These are your guys. You vouch for these guys. Now your check is in jeopardy. This, regardless if it's junior college or not, and if we still close by our own homes, man, you don't want that. And these kids and these parents have to understand. Yeah, you can say that you've done the best by your kid, but sometimes your kid is not ready. Sometimes your kid is acting in front of you, and then when he gets to college, he's like a wild dog that you had chained up in the backyard the whole time. So once he's off the leash, he just running wild. So I have to recruit guys, and I have to do a lot more digging with recruits now that I've learned, rather than trying to just help a kid get to college. And then I kind of feel like I kind of have mixed emotions because I was always advocating for kids to, hey man, this kid, you need this kid, you need this kid. When I was a high school coach, now on the outside looking in, I'm advocating for a kid when I truly wasn't giving the whole, spectrum of the kid. Now I want the whole spectrum of a kid because I'm a college coach, and whatever that kid does, whatever these recruits do, it will affect me. It affects my check. It affects me putting food on my own table. Yep. And college coaches only care about their families at home and them bringing that check in. That's so it. Miss me with, oh man, these college coaches, I talk to him all the time. Man, guess what? Yeah, that's what he's supposed to do. It's called that's called marketing. That's called marketing. So these college coaches could care less about any of that.
We gonna take a look at this kid. I got a few kids to look at today. I wanted to look at with me, and
he got a 4.1 GPA. Ooh.
Sure. So Riley Hernandez is a linebacker out of Liberty High School in Bakersfield. 5 short game season. I'm gonna start doing a show right here on Twitter and Periscope, and invite coaches to come in as we break down film. They can kind of look at kids that you normally wouldn't look at. He's a 22, no offers, 6'2 and a half, 6'3", 215, 225, 220 linebacker. Check this kid out, man. Good kid. Plays middle. Gotta get a little more fluid.
Yeah, I see that. But he knows where that ball is.
Yeah. Big boy. Got some buzz. Can run. There he is in the middle. Tell me what you see. I want to hear the comments. Tracks the ball well.
Oh, he finds that ball.
Huh?
I say he got a nose for the ball. I like to see him in coverage though.
Well, that's what he and I always talk about.
Yeah. Can you cover? That's what I want to see.
And that's what's probably hurting him right now, is that's going to be the question. Comes from a school that big linebacker thing is it, but for college football, when everybody's in spread, he's probably coming off the field.
Exactly.
You got to find a way to stay on the field. Now
See, I would have liked to see him sink his hips and drop into that zone rather than just stand there reading the quarterback's eyes. I would like to see him, backpedal into that and drop into that.
So,
but he is nasty though.
if you were to assess him, we assessed him right now we gave him an 8.5 as a possible Mountain West guy, but definitely a 1AA guy. Got great grades. Got to work on his speed. Definitely needs to get more fluid. He's stiff, and coverage is gonna be his. Man, where you at, Steve? I need you. That's what I was thinking. Steve, I'm sorry. You better stay on here. I got 3 more linebackers today, and Steve is. But that's what I think. That's what I was just looking at. Is what Steve said. Hips wise. Sinking his hips.
He definitely. Yeah, I would have loved to see him sink his hips and drop into that.
And what's happening with recruiting? What I want to tell a lot of parents when we go over these films is the bulky Brian Urlacher linebacker, Brian Urlacher.
Those days are over.
Those are over, and that's where when you sometimes when you're talking to parents and they're going, they're worried about recruiting. They're like, man, what's going on? And I'm going, yeah. The big problem is that you're looking at old school. You're looking at a little bit of old football, but on the 1AA level, when you look at your North Dakota States, those linebackers still look like that because they play a lot of run, pro set football. So those are the schools that we would be looking at with him. Another kid is very intriguing for a lot of guys. He's getting a lot of buzz. He just got offered by Tulane. He's one of my clients, Owen Carey. Owen, this is his junior year with COVID. He is at Mater Dei. He left Bakersfield, went to Mater Dei. And what's really big with him is he's a kid that I've been really working with. Play is green, and I want to see what you guys think about him. He is a kid that was
what position he play?
He played linebacker as well. I think he's more of a DN. And he finds himself getting in a couple of places of trying to stick guys. So here he is.
Wait a minute. Mater Dei got a player all the way from Bakersfield?
Yes, sir. See,
what number is he?
52. That's him on the end.
Oh, I know exactly who he is. We train him. Yeah.
My guy. Yep. I sent him to
awesome kid.
Yep. See him there?
Yep. Awesome kid. Seen him play live. All right. I already can talk about this kid.
Okay. So just want to watch the film with you a little bit.
Yeah.
Coming off the edge. Definitely can run 6'3". I've clocked him a couple times, 4.59, 4.55. He can move. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Dang, that dude.
He's a big boy.
But definitely think he's more of a DN.
Yeah.
He's been going to camp as a linebacker. He's got Colorado, Tulane, Boston College, Arizona, Nevada. He's got some schools. He wants to be a national recruit. Now, see how he opened up there?
Yeah.
Long arms. Definitely, here he is way out here in coverage, though. This is crazy. And he's showing it, too, that he can do it. So, a lot different from the last guy. If Riley and him was here in Bakersfield, they'd probably be the two top, big recruits.
Right.
Riley needs to get more fluid like that, like fluid.
I seen him when he first came to us, right?
Yep.
And I'm not saying this I'm not trying to really go into the 7-on-7 thing, but I got to. But Everybody knows about ground zero DBs, blah, blah, blah. Just had 5 or 6, whatever, go in the draft, whatever. But we train linebackers too. And the reason why they're able to cover just like this kid just did on film is because he's training like a DB. The reason Jack Lamb went as a 5-star, because he was long, lanky, and lean and able to run with those running backs and those slot receivers when they empty and cover. I suggest anybody who got a son that's a linebacker, get them to Anthony Brown, period. Not because that's my business partner and I train the receivers and he trained the DBs. I'm telling you, if your son is a linebacker, there are no more, oh, he's a first down, second down linebacker. You want your kid to be an every down linebacker when they don't have to be running nobody on the field. No, you want, oh, my son can cover too, not just come downhill.
Yeah.
That kid there is a very big kid. So I want to let everybody know, because the film doesn't dictate how big this kid is.
Yeah.
Like if you've seen him, he's legit 6'3", maybe even 6'4" almost. And he's probably about 235, 240. And he can move.
So
he has feet.
We projected him before he came there. I called Ant and I said, Ant, this is my guy. I need him to the DBs, because he really wanted to move back to backer. And I still. So we projected him a Power 5 guy, Pac-12 guy. He's got it. He needs to stay at the end, but he's a guy that you don't have to take off the field on third down. And that's what I'm trying to teach a lot of these linebackers today, is that when you have to come off on third down, that doesn't make you really a high recruit.
It doesn't.
It doesn't. So
you want to be like the old linebackers like USC used to have on the ends. He's more like a reaper predator, like they used to call it at SC, where it can blitz, rush, and get to the quarterback. But guess what? He can drop off in that flat hook to curl area and even run up the sideline on a real route with a running back. And that's what colleges are looking for. They're not looking for that. Like you said, they're not looking for that Brian Urlacher. They're not looking for that big, stiff, just come downhill and fill them A and B gaps. It's a spread game.
I know I said this once before and somebody thought I was crazy. I said I would really, I don't know how Ray Lewis would play in this era.
Oh no, he would he would have problems. Yeah.
This is Logan Bowers, another linebacker. He's at Garces with my son. He's number 24. He's a dog, not as big as the other two, but he's just nasty. He's just nasty. Got nice size. He's legit 6'1". We project him as at high point, maybe a Mountain West guy, but definitely a high 1AA kid. Definitely. Here he is in the middle. He will smack you. Always around the ball. Always around the ball. So he plays in the middle. He will come up and tackle. What we're not seeing is a lot of super speed. You know?
I like him. I like him.
Yeah, that's against he's nasty, man.
Yeah. He's like a real backer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Biggest thing with him is probably going to be the same. The coverage part.
The covering part, yeah.
Yep, is the coverage part. Can do it. Think he just has to, that's
the
Sierra Canyon game or St. Francis. Yeah. A little hesitant.
Oh yeah. You can tell he kind of get a little uncomfortable when it's like the pass a little bit, like in space, but he's nasty though.
Oh yeah. He nasty as all get out.
Yeah, you can tell he played with a chip.
All day, every day. you know.
See a kid like that. And now, what is his GPA? What is his situation?
He's a 3.8, 3.9 guy. Brother goes to Air Force. He's another one with NAIA offers, not really. Air Force is looked at him. We've got a couple schools that looked at him, but I mean, you can see the difference with when the ball passed. Like he's trying to find when he smell it, he go get it, man.
Yeah. Yeah, he finds the ball like it's nothing.
Yeah,
he has great reaction. Like from the snap, he has great reaction.
I'm going back and listening to what Steve Bouchard is saying. He said he's a thumper. Yeah, he reads well, and he does it. He's he has that. He's one of those guys. So yeah. Next guy is a kid named Alex Rocha. I think Alex is a let me find out. Alex is he's stuck in between, right? He's kind of in that mode of where he might end up being a safety. And he's one that's just really tough to read. I want to read him.
If you vape,
I want to read
you could
him.
be in hell and talk to me.
So he, out of all of them, probably can cover better than every one of them, but he's not. And his frame is different. And this is another thing we got to tell parents: the body structure of a kid. They get caught up with he's 6'2". It's not just the height; it's the weight that they think they can put on this kid when they go. You look at Owen, you like he's 6'3", 235. Somebody might look and go, if I had to move him inside, put his hand in the dirt, maybe I could, because of his frame.
Right.
So Alex is again 6'1.5", 6'2". You're gonna see him. He's playing in the middle in a 3, a 34 defense at Bakersfield High. You see, kind of just standing there. Blitzing guy, but different body, right?
Right.
You see it right off the bat. There's a difference there. He will thump. Now you'll see him cover. He's a little different with the coverage of the ball, finding it, tracking it out.
Yeah, he does look more like a safety. Yeah. Maybe a strong safety come up in the box.
Yep.
Which means how big is he?
He's 6'1.5", 6'2", 185, 190.
He probably should think about maybe
he a banger though. God,
maybe a nickel. Maybe a nickel guy. Get comfortable with training and covering. But he does look like a nickel or a strong safety to me, even though he doesn't have that weight that we want to see for a strong safety in the box guy, in my opinion.
Yeah, and I mean he fast to the ball, but you see, like he'll bang, he will go get it.
Yeah, he coming up.
Yeah, he will go get it. And like sometimes they'll throw him at tight end because he physical.
Oh yeah. Okay, I get it. Yeah, he's a dog. Period. Point blank.
Yeah. Now the difference with him is he's he like Riley. He's 4.2, 4.3. He's Yale, Davidson. He's got some other schools. So that's Alex Rocha. When we look at those guys, he said unless he's got unless he's got play nickel, unless you got DB skills, cornerback skills, right? I want you to look at this kid with me. Very intriguing kid's body. I want to and he's tall.
Mm-hmm. How tall?
He's a 6'1.5", 6'2", and I think he's more of a safety.
He's a 22.
Yep, Jalen
If you
Connick.
vape, you could be in hell and toxic metals.
He's at Warren. He doesn't come work out.
I know exactly who you're talking about.
Me and his dad's been talking about it, but they've been putting him up. You can tell, and I'm going to ask a lot of coaches and guys watching, have you seen a lot of guys? I'm going to put a wide receivers up for you next. When you look at a guy like, when you look at high school football with tackling, what's you guys' biggest thing with tackling? Because this is, I think, here he is down in the bottom. I don't know if they get to see it. Long. Not super fast, but here he is again at corner. Track the ball well. Got to stay on your feet. Good hit, huh?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Ooh.
So 6'1", long. Eastern Washington likes him. He had a good conversation with them. They didn't offer yet. Deep ball coverage. He can run. He's just not super fast. He's running track right now. I think he might be more of a safety. I just want to see. Here he is on the island, one-on-one. Turned his hips good. Was it a good?
Was it hip or the throw?
Huh?
I said, was that the throw?
Yeah, because the kid turned him around.
Yeah, he spun him around, yeah.
And I just haven't seen kids bang. Like here he is on the island, one-on-one, outside. He let him get inside. Bad pass.
Mm-hmm.
Good tackle, way to stay square. I didn't like the pedal. I can tell you that. Here he is on the island up top. Combo it. You got it. Just show coverage. So 22, pretty good, right?
Pretty damn good right there.
Where would you put him at?
I would put him at like an 8.5. If it was a star system, I'd probably give him like 3 stars.
So he's on the rise right now. He's one of my kids that I'm getting a little bit of some calls for. Got to give you one of my kids. He's got just offered a while ago. LeBron Jackson. Did well this year. Didn't have a tremendous year. We didn't like throwing the ball. Wasn't for him. It wasn't really big. But
When I started vaping, I needed to have Nick.
Hey, big kid, 6'2.5", 6'3", 4.0 guy. Let me tell you right now, like probably could end up 6'3.5", 6'4". He gonna be huge. He's big. Got to work on what he does without the ball when he's not getting the ball. This is him. Right, that's him right now.
Good catch.
They said he was out of bounds. It was a touchdown. But hear him at the bottom. You see how big he is? Can you
Yeah,
check
I'm looking.
the comeback route? We got to get him to just run.
Is he raw?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I can tell.
I got to ask him why is that play on there?
Hmm.
Like he big and
Mm.
strong. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he look like a young T.O.
Big
Just raw.
and just raw. I want to move him. I want to move him inside. See how big? He's straight arm.
He's manhandling.
Yeah. See, this is where E got hot at him, man. He's like, tell him to just run.
Right.
Like, check that and just go, you know?
Put your foot in knife or field.
Yeah. But again, for this is Sierra Canyon. Yep. And then he play corner.
What?
Yes, sir. Then he'll turn around and play corner.
That's what's up right there.
There he is up top.
Yeah, I want to see how this look.
Like a guy that just be just playing corner because he play, just to play, not
Not for the mortgage.
no. And then this is blocking upfield. You know, we got to get in with that. Like, make it where somebody don't want to see you. Like, blow this little dude up.
Mm-hmm. Make him disappear.
Yeah, like kill him. You see, 25 is.
Yeah, that's a wrap.
Yeah, big wide. Yes, yes, he can play seat cornerback too. Steve, big. So I got to give Steve this one now. I got to mess with Steve on this one. Hey, Steve, what does this guy need to work on, man? I gotta get some running. I gotta get some running
When I
back.
started vaping, I needed to have nicotine in my.
I need to get some running back. I need to get some running back. You know, some running back questions answered. That's what I want. I want some of this running back stuff. So, what do you think about the running back right now? It's getting away from us. What's happening?
If you're not a running back I would say like a Marshall Falk or a D'Angelo Hall, who can be like a
Slot.
who can be like a slot receiver, who can, motion and catch the ball, your days are numbered because they're going to keep passing this ball and making it a spread open league
Steve,
all the way from the NFL to Canada.
Yeah. What you do with this, Steve? 5'11", 202.
Damn.
What do you do with this, Steve? I need Steve to break him off. That's what I need to do. Too high, huh? I be on his head about being high, running like he ED or something. You ain't Eric Dickerson. Get your head and pad level right.
Because he's getting away with it in high school.
No, he ain't ran one. He ain't ran through New Saleh. Somebody's gonna knock his chest off running that high.
Yeah, Dickerson chest.
Yeah.
Oh.
He physical. He physical now. He will put his head down. He a straight arm. Look at this. Yeah, come here. Come with me. Ta-ta.
Here we go.
Strong.
Well, okay.
Yeah, Paraclete. This Paraclete. Ain't no one dude. That's like 9 of them people right there trying to get
That's
that.
what I'm saying. Oh yeah, it's at LO Valley College.
Yep. Yeah, that was that Paraclete. This is where I get mad at. Like, turn this up and go. Is it violent? Is it violent runs? Like, how do you assess it?
And he got the whole package, man. In, outside, got power. He can finesse his runs.
He gonna throw one of these kids. Get off me.
His change of direction. His feet keep going, keep pumping. Obviously, I like to see him catch the ball a little bit more out the backfield.
Leave my son alone, Steve.
I would like to see when they motion him out, like, you know.
Yeah, he can go out there. Steve said, look like he got 2 left feet.
Hey, if he got 2 left feet like that, then he good. Because we all got them running backs that run like they got 4 left feet. So you can give us a running back like that with 2 left feet like that, we'd be good. We go to a ball game and we run the pistol offense.
Right. Well, you know, my biggest thing with this is that I want to do this more with coaches live with and go over that film so I can go back and talk. Out of those
What's the name of the show?
It's Huddle Watch. Huddle Watch. Yeah, I'll send it to you. Out of those 4 linebackers?
Yeah.
I mean, I would say 3 linebackers. When you put Owen on the DN, I wouldn't put him at backer. He'd be a DN. Out of those other 3 linebackers, you like Logan Bowers? Would you say the one you was like, Rocha's gonna be a safety, man. He gonna be a,
yeah. I that kid, I would take him out, but the other kid from Garces, yeah, buddy.
And Riley, where would you? I got you, Steve. I'm gonna send you full games. Riley, what would you say with him? I mean, would you say he's
which was the first kid, right?
Just real still. I almost want to move him to DN too.
And he's another 6'3" kid, right?
Yeah. He got to get more fluid, man.
I mean, I would move him from, I mean, I know you want to keep him at Mike, but maybe Sam.
Hey, thank you, Kyrie.
Maybe Sam, but
Kyrie said, hey, how you like the corner, though? The corner, Warren corner, Connor.
Oh, love him. But I've seen him play.
Yeah.
I've seen him play 7-on-7 everything.
Yeah.
Love him. He plays with the kid that I trained, Kyle Miller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got Kyle going to Bishop Sycamore.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. We talked about it. He asked me like what he do. I'm like, bro, it's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
But number one, those you need them classes.
Hey, he can blow the doors off, bro.
I've been training him since he was in the 8th grade.
He can go.
Yeah.
I wonder who Steve said needs his hand in the ground.
Oh, probably
Riley, the first kid.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie to you though.
Bring LeBron, the other kid, the receiver.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring him to the Mecca. He gonna start coming with my son.
I'm gonna tell you who I'm excited about from Bakersfield though. What's the name of that freshman kid that's out there? You already know.
He's a sophomore now.
He's a sophomore now. Yeah.
Tybo.
Man.
Tybo.
What's his name?
Tybo.
Yeah. Is he what school is he at?
Bakersfield High.
They ain't letting that kid go. That kid right there.
Yeah.
Woo-wee.
Yeah.
Hey, a kid like that ain't got me excited in a long time. That kid there, man.
Yeah, he can go. He can go. Well, I'm gonna start. It's gonna be called Huddle Watch, and then I'll tag you when I'm going on. It'll be on Twitter, and then we're gonna start doing it to where we start just throwing up kids. I got linemen that are in the service. I'm gonna tag some coaches so we can go over and they can watch the huddle.
Good. Yeah.
And that way you guys can say, hey, D, that kid you just had me watch, I just watched this huddle again. I need to get with him right away. So kind of a liver show with them. And I want to bring the kids on and say, okay, tell me what you were doing in this play. Like what was going on? You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. So you can see that. So I'm gonna let you get out of here, man. I'm getting out of here. I got another Zoom meeting here in just a second. So I will get with y'all. Thank y'all for watching, man.
Appreciate it.
Tell people what y'all got coming up, man. You said every Tuesday and Thursday, y'all doing tours at the campus?
Every Tuesday and Thursday at Santa Ana, we're bringing in all potential recruits. Damn near every kid we brought in has already committed to the program. 2 p.m. every Tuesday and Thursday. And I might even be getting one of them big trees from Bakersfield. Been talking to him.
Okay.
Stay on top of him. So hopefully we can get him in here, check out the facilities and get him all locked in and loaded. But other than that, June 15th, we start back up. We finish another thing is, I want people to understand this too. We were able to do what D1s were able to do, which was have a spring ball with helmets and pads. Junior colleges don't get that in California. We were able to do it because of the COVID thing. Hopefully they'll keep it like that, where we can continue to have full padded spring practices, which I believe too, that would give a whole different edge to high school programs too, since they do it in Texas and Florida. But we had a good spring, got those guys out of here. Getting ready to send them helmets out to get reconditioned for the season. I'll be posting up. I'll send some pictures I'll send it to Jernigan since you got more of the following. So kids can see our uniforms. And we have 4 sets of uniforms and we'll mix and match and do all that other stuff.
Yeah, hey, all that stuff matter. And then when you're at the school, Griff, take us on a tour. Hit me up and then we'll go live like this and you can take us around the facilities.
Okay. Not a problem. I'll do that. I'll be down there on Thursday. So I got you on Thursday.
Cool. Let's do it.
All right.
All right, man. All right, guys. All right.